Hi, my name is Gabby, and today I am going to teach you guys about astrology, specifically the rising sign, because I think that is the most important sign for what we usually look for, which is like how to project um like ourselves, how people view us, how we should dress, how we should act, kind of. Of course, everyone is different, so some astrology is not for everyone, but I would recommend it because it is pretty interesting how it works and how it actually resonates so much. But yeah, so if you don't know your rising sign, you are going to have to know the date, the time, and the place you were born. You are going to go onto Google and you're either going to look up like free natal chart, or you can go to AstroSeek or Astrology Cafe, which are my two favorite ones to go to. And then whenever, well, you're gonna go in, it's going to ask you the information and you're going to put it in. And once it gives you your results, you're going to look at the ascendant sign that it gives you, or the first house. And once you see that, you're gonna come back to this video and I'm going to explain to you how to use your rising sign in order to become the best version of yourself. I will try, I'm going to try to make, I start a lot of series and then I don't even go into them, but I'm just trying to like get to learn you guys so that I can, like, make content that actually helps you grow and will, catch your attention, I guess you could say. um and of course, everything I say is from what I have researched, and I have researched a lot because I did go through like this astrology phase where I just wanted to know everything about astrology for like 4 years straight. I just, would research and research. I would buy books, listen to YouTube videos on it and all those things. And yeah, I think I'm pretty knowledgeable in this area. So yeah, anyway, and I'm going to use my chart as an example because, well, that's all I have. And yeah, so you're going to see which rising sign is yours, right? For example, I am a Taurus rising. We have like a lot of placements. We have 12 houses, and I'm not sure how many um planets. I mean, of course there's 8, but I mean, 8, 7 or 8, I don't know. I think it's 8 because Pluto is included. Anyway, um but there's also like the North Node, Lilith, so there's like a lot of placements that you need to look into. But right now we're going to talk about the rising sign. I started my journey with astrology, like I said, like 4 years ago, and I was a completely different person. So I was more of like, I don't know, I guess you could say, like, I don't want to call myself an NPC, but I think I was like, like I wouldn't dress like any certain way. I would just like find things that I thought were cute, like, I mean, I still do, but back then I didn't really know who I was. And I think astrology has helped me a lot with that. And I know that a lot of people say that astrology is very generic, we could say. But if you really go into it, and if you're like someone who's not into too much like metaphysical, or like you're just starting with all this stuff, I think astrology is a very good place to start. Of course, you cannot let anything define you or your life. Like, if it's astrology, if it's whatever it is, you cannot like have anything dictate your life, right? This is just like something that will help you grow and get you to the place that you feel good about yourself, that you want to be, right? So anyway, rising sign is basically who you portray to be, like what people view you as, what you project onto the world. like in public and everything like that. It's how you dress, um just how you look, basically, right? Like the vibe that you give off, kind of. Like your sun sign, which a lot of people are very like familiar with their sun sign, because yeah, but your sun sign is in everything. Your sun sign is like your core personality, but your rising sign, I feel like, is more of who you are than any other sign, I would say, or at least like in public, you know, like, because there's like different areas, different planets that mean different things. Like your moon is who you are, like when you're like alone at night, you know. Venus is who you are in relationships. Like the 11th house is how you are with your friends. Mercury is how you are with communication. Every planet has its thing, but the rising sign is what you come off as, who you come off as, how you dress, you know, like how I said, everything like that. So for me, I I didn't know I was until I started to dig into astrology that I am Venus ruled, right? Because Taurus is Venus ruled. Um, so what that means is that I'm very, or I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't very Venusian. I don't know how you say that. But once I started getting into astrology, I was like, okay, I need to dress more like Venus, like. And it's funny because I've always been attracted to like, you know, goddesses. I've always been attracted to love. I've always been attracted to like princess vibes, pink, all those things that are like Venus related, kind of like just very soft things. But I wouldn't really use it for my benefit, you know what I mean? Like I would it just wouldn't dress like a Venus should dress. I wouldn't act like a Venus should act. I was more different. I was kind of dark, and I believe that I was more of like, I don't know if I would say my moon sign, because my moon sign is Aries, and or my Mars sign, which is Scorpio. I don't know which one I was more of, but I would like to say I was probably more, no, I don't know. I don't know what I was, honestly. I don't even know who I was back then. But I started to like use astrology more to like my benefit, and when I started to dress more like Venus, like, you know, like started to do my makeup more softer, use colors like pink and white, and I also use like light blues, you know, like kind of Venus colors. um I started to feel more like myself, honestly. And so yeah, I'm here to help you to be more like yourself. So like I said, being a more Venus ruled person, I do have like the curvy body. I do have a very strong Venus vibe, especially now that I started to like work on it. Um, because like I said, back then I was not giving Venus. I was not giving Venus at all. But now I'm giving more Venus. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm like a 100% Venus giver, but I am more Venus like now, and I think that it has made me find myself more as a person, you know? And it suits me very well, I would say, more than back then, who I used to be or dress, you know? And like I said, you can't let anything dictate your life. So if you don't like, if you're Venus ruled and you don't like to be girly or Venus like, I would say you should try it first. But if you don't like it, then you don't have to. There's a lot of different ways that you can, you know, figure out who you are. But I feel like astrology is very, very spot on, personally, anyway. And at first I didn't really think. I was very like Venus, like I was like, Taurus rising, I don't think so, you know, like I was like, I didn't feel the vibe. The vibe was not there. Like I kind of wanted to be more like, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what I was trying to be, honestly. I don't know what I was trying to give, but I was just not giving anything. Just kidding. Okay, I'm not gonna talk down about myself either, but I just really like who I became once I started to use astrology and learn astrology. So yeah, I guess we should start now. So I would say if you're a Taurus rising, or should I start with Aries? I think I'm gonna start with Aries since it is the first zodiac sign. Um, so yeah, so an Aries rising is more of like a model, like that femme fatale, or I don't know, is that how you say it? You know, like more like how I kind of like how I'm dressed right now, except for the curly hair. I mean, it doesn't even matter. You could have curly or straight hair to be an Aries rising. You know what I mean? But I feel like an Aries rising has more like sharp features, more like darker. You know, like darker. Mm, just like aura. You know, and not like in a bad way, but more like dark feminine type of thing. You know what I mean? So like sharp eyeliner, like kind of how I'm actually kind of how I'm dressed right now. I am a like Aries moon, and I am a Scorpio Mars, like I said before, so I think that's why I kind of also like the darkness. But I think that even with the darkness I still give a little bit like soft, like Taurus, you know what I mean? Like I kind of do give Taurus a lot. but but yeah, and also like my Venus is in Virgo, and it's also my chart ruler. So I feel like since Venus is my chart ruler and also my rising sign, I give very much Venus vibes. But anyway, as an Aries rising, I feel like you need to dress more in like black colors, red colors. You know, like I think you could even do white. Like you could do white with like red lip and black eyeliner. I feel like for you can do any hair color. I would say blonde, red, and black hair would be more suitable. But it all depends also on your features, on your color palettes, you know, like how you match to it. Like if you're very pale, I would say black would be nice. If you're kind of like tanned, I would say you should do blonde. Um, and if you're like in between, you could do red. You know, like it doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want to do, of course, in this life. But I would say that you should look more into like dark feminine vibe and see how it goes. See how it goes for you. Also, in your demeanor, you would have to be more like, how would I say it? Like I mean, if you're an Aries rising, you most likely give like that dark energy, powerful. I am that bitch. You know what I mean? Like you're priority giving it, but you need to amplify it. Like who would I say? Who would I say? Who would I say? I don't know. It's just like a model kind of vibe thing, you know? And I feel like Aries and Scorpio rising, since you guys are both ruled by Mars, it would be very kind of similar. Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty similar. Like they're very similar, but I think Aries is more like outwardly and Scorpio is more like not outwardly. Um like they're both crazy, crazy, crazy people, but I mean lovely, amazing, crazy people, you know? But yeah, I feel like for those two, like feminine fatale is your thing, right? So like I feel like for Aries, since you guys are like fire sign, red is really your color, right? It's just your color. So I would experiment with red lipsticks. There is different tones, undertones for the red lipsticks, so you can try like orangey red, bluish red, pinkish red, you know, to see what suits your person the most. If you are a male Aries, rising, I didn't really think about the males. Let me. Okay, so I guess for male Aries, you also are very like Martian kind of vibe. So what would I say? I would say dress in dark colors, red colors. Like I said, red, white, and black for Aries risings, I think is perfect, you know? Um, if you are an Aries man, usually you are already like sporty, athletic, you know, kind of strong or like bulky kind of vibe. But if you're not, I would recommend to work out and kind of like chisel your jaw type of thing. You know what I mean? I would also say patience is key for Aries risings, because what we do think with, we like, even though we rule our head, we kind of don't think with our head. We think with our like instincts. So just having a little bit of patience and yeah. I would just recommend doing like, to getting into like sports, um martial arts, things like that, because once you like start doing things like that, it will show in your like physical, because you're gonna become that person, right? And this is for a girl or boy. um but yeah, I think that, I think, like, what can I say? I think that Aries rising really benefits from working out, from looking a little bit like darkish, but not like completely dark like Scorpio rising, more like light dark. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean, right? Like the sun, Mars, you know, like a Mars person. I don't know. I have to go more deep into these. So if you guys want like more deeper, I can make like a video for each of these rising signs. But right now I'm kind of going to go through them pretty fast, just so you guys could get like a little, like, you know, like a little something. But anyway, I guess we're gonna go to Taurus now. So if you're a Taurus man, I would say, I'm gonna go with the man first, because I feel like it's harder for me, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Not in a bad way, you know, but like, I don't want to, I don't know. Anyway, I would say earthy colors, more monotone colors, white, brown, tan. You can do black, but I feel like more earthy colors would suit you best. Hair should be like soft, like slicked back, maybe a little bit long but not too long. What else? You should, if you're like a Taurus rising, usually you guys have like big thick eyebrows. I don't, not all of us do, we're not all blessed like that, but usually you are. So I would recommend to not like over pluck, but like keep your eyebrows clean, you know, a little bit. If they're nice and bushy and shaped right, then that's fine, you can leave them. But yeah, eyebrows are very prominent for Taurus rising, so just keep them clean, you know, brushed or whatever it is. And yeah, and as a Taurus, I feel like you benefit a lot from hygiene. Like, I'm not saying that you guys are not hygienic, because usually you are, or we are, you know. Just kidding. I don't know. Back then I wasn't. That's what I'm saying. Back then I wasn't too Tory, like Venusian. I think I was more of like the lazy Taurus. There you go. That's what I was. I was more of like the lazy Taurus vibe, you know? Like comfort. I wasn't like a sweats and that kind of person, but I was more of like a lazy Taurus vibes, you know? So if you want to elevate your look, you have to be the clean Taurus vibes. Like, you know, like the prince. Or I guess, I don't know if a Taurus Venus would, I mean, a Taurus rising man would be more Prince. I feel like that would be more Libra rising. Um, Taurus Venus, I mean, Taurus rising, I would say is more like, earthy, you know, like beachy, not beachy, more like coastal. I don't know how to say it. Like you know, like how some people wear like those monotone loose linen clothing. I feel like that suits Taurus risings a lot. Like loose linen, like those shirts, those white shirts with the white pants, or even beige pants. Like you could play with it, you know. Okay, and then for girls, I would recommend doing softer looks. Soften your features. Yeah, soften your features a little bit, like make your eyes a little bit rounder, um your lips a little bit rounder, maybe more blush than bronzer. You could do both, but instead of going for like the chiseled look, or like, you know, like the prominent, strong, sharp features, you have to like try to soften it a little bit. Curl your hair, or just make your hair look pretty, you know, maybe a little bit fluffy and big, like it's giving princess vibes. I feel like Taurus rising does give princess vibes. I guess there's different kinds of Tauruses, but I feel like since it's Venus ruled, I feel like that would be best. You could do anything you want, of course. You have to play with it yourself, you know. Go into like TikTok or Google and Google like Taurus Venus. Oh my god, why do I keep saying Venus? Taurus rising people, okay? Just look up like Taurus rising people, or like Taurus vibes, or like Taurus aesthetic, or Taurus outfits, you know, like just look into Taurus or Venus outfits, Venus, you know, like things like that. Jewelry, I just saw this, but jewelry is so important for Venus. Like even if you wear something plain and like simple, even for like men or women, like wearing a watch, or for women wearing a nice necklace and earrings, you know, like it makes you pop out. And also like find your colors, if you're gold or silver, you know, so it can like pop out more. Just being more girly, I would say. Like I like to wear bows. I like to wear dresses, but I don't wear many dresses. If you do wear like dresses, I would say monotone colors also would be good for Taurus Venus. White colors, pink colors, light colors, you know what I mean? Like look up Venusian colors and then go off that. But yeah, I would recommend to like soften up your looks, to do more, like to be more hygienic. Like, okay, I don't know why this keeps sounding like I'm saying Taurus is not clean. Taurus is clean, usually, sometimes, not always, but try to put in more effort into your hygiene, whether it's like skincare, like oiling your hair, whatever it is. Like try to go more into like your skincare and hygiene, because I don't know, it just like elevates the look. So yeah, and then okay, so next is Gemini. I think Gemini risings are very like quirky, but very stylish. They know how to style. I think Geminis are very good at styling. Um, and you guys look more good. I think you guys look good in like eccentric kind of clothing, like knowing how to play with your like, you know, fashion, like strong colors, or like a plain outfit but with a color that pops out, you know what I mean? It's just like eccentric, fun, giving air, you know, type of vibe. Because like for me, a Gemini is kind of like jumpy, kind of like airy, like floaty out in the air, you know. So I would say just have fun, don't be too like strict with your style. For looks, I think that Gemini risings are very like angelic looking, so yeah, like kind of like also like soft makeup, but more like angelic, you know what I mean? Like not just completely soft and rounded, but just like very angelic, like maybe really strong or black eyeliner, or any color eyeliner, and like some soft eyebrows, and a pop of color on your lips, like a pinkish. I would say pink is really good with Gemini face. it of course everything depends on how you look and your colors, you know, what color suits you. So you have to also look very good into what colors suit you or play with things. You don't have to start very expensive. You could even go to Dollar Tree. I've heard that there's a lot of good makeup there, or Dollar, or you know, like Walmart. It doesn't even matter, but play with makeup, play with it, play with your style. I think Gemini is a very hands-on person, very artsy kind of person. So I feel like playing with things is what helps you most, like experience, knowing who you are. And yeah, I think that's my take on Gemini. I'm gonna go a little bit fast because I don't want to make this video too long. And if you guys do like it, of course, I said, let me know so I can do like more specific videos, you know, or what you would like to know. But anyway, I think next is Cancer. Cancer again, I feel like Gemini, Cancer, and Taurus all give off a very soft vibe. So but like differently, you know, like Taurus rising is more like a princess and a beach house type of vibe, like soft, like elegant, you know. Gemini rising is more like an angel or like fairy vibes, and then Cancer is more like a baby doll kind of vibe, you know, like big eyes, also like curly hair. I feel like Cancer risings look good in. They also have a lot of like, they have rounded features, so you can either use like, you can either round your features more, it gives like baby doll kind of look, or you can like try to like chisel up a little bit more, and it's just gonna give more of like that, like in between femme fatale and soft girl, you know, like kind of like in between. Either way, I would make my eyes pop out if I was a Cancer rising. I would wear colors like light blue, a lot of blue colors, dark blue, light blue, white. Since you guys are like a water sign and the moon sign, not moon sign, but you are ruled by the moon. So I would say like, you know, those kinds of colors would suit you a lot. Curly hair, I feel like suits Cancer a lot. Like, okay, going back on what I said about like the in between soft and femme, like Adele, you know what I mean, like, you know how she's kind of soft looking, but sometimes she'll like do her like now she'll do like her eyeliner kind of like strong, and she looks good, you know. So yeah, so I feel like, and for a Cancer rising man, I also feel like what I would say for Cancer rising specifically, and I recommend this to all of you because I think that when I use this method, it helps a lot. But I like to go based on the moon sign, right? So you look up what sign the moon is for that day, and you try to dress more in that vibe. So like if it's a Leo moon, you're gonna try to dress more like with Leo colors, kind of like out there, you know, like play with the moon because you are moon ruled. Yeah, I would play like that because I feel like for a Cancer rising, anything looks good on you depending on your mood, right? So also follow your intuition and your mood on the way you dress and the way you look. Like one day you might feel like going strong and like you know, like intense, and some days you might feel like going soft, and I feel like you have to follow your intuition the most. But yeah, I would definitely make my eyes pop. And for a man, I would say that soft looks also good, like would go good with you. um I also think that dressing more like, how would I say, kind of like how I said for Taurus, you know, like with the loose clothing, but more like put together, like maybe a belt, maybe not as loose of a shirt. um I would be more like with the like, and with the jewelry I would be more like, how would I say, how do I say it, like for Taurus rising, I would say like wear a straight gold watch, you know, or a straight silver watch. But for Cancer rising, I feel like more how do you say, like strict, like grown up. What is that word? What is that word? I can't think of it. Hold on. I can't think of the word. Maybe when I'm editing it, I will put it down. I'll write it. But right now, I can't think of it. Just like a more held together. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I would play more like with the moon sign if I was a Cancer rising. And next would be Leo, right? Okay, so for Leo rising, just go all out. You know, like just go all out. Whatever it is that you have to do to go all out. Big hair, big poofy, beautiful hair, strong, pretty colors like reds, gold. Any color looks good on a Leo. And I don't just say that because I'm a Leo sun. But Leo risings are very, very good looking people usually. So anything really looks good on you as long as you make it pop out. You know, like, I would say animal prints for girls, like, you know, like maybe tiger print or cheetah print. Any kind of print, honestly. I feel like Leos rock prints. But don't make it too much printy. Like if you're gonna do, like, add one little print thing, like, so if it's your shirt, make it just be your shirt. Unless you really know how to play with fashion, then of course you can do whatever you want. But just go all out on your look every day. Put in as much effort. Like once you put in the effort into your look, everything else flows easy. You know, like conversations flow easy. Everything flows easy. Just go all out on how you look for Leo rising, I would say. And everything else will just come to you naturally. So yeah, like a lot of jewelry, not a lot of jewelry, just like nice jewelry that complements your style for that day. Yeah, and for men, of course, you still have to go all out, you know, like glasses, elegant shoes, elegant clothing. I would say just like put to like businessman or businesswoman, you know, like rich woman, rich man kind of vibe, I would say for Leo rising. And you don't have to spend so much money, you just have to look for good quality pieces, which they have in a lot of places. You could go to places and you don't have to buy a bunch of things, just buy one. You know, I feel like for Leo, you have to have like, I don't know how you say it, but like nice pieces. You know what I mean? I don't know. And then, but yeah, like you guys have to have nice. I can't believe that my vocabulary is not working for me right now. It's kind of annoying. But because I have the words like in the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of them right now at this moment. But yeah, you guys have to have like staple pieces. I don't know how you say it, but like, you know, like just nice clothing, okay? That looks nice, that looks rich. And then you'll attract the riches. Just kidding. But you will. Anyway, okay, next is Virgo. So for Virgo, I would say it's kind of like Taurus rising again, but it's more of like a calculated look. Not exactly like Cancer rising, because Cancer rising is like soft, but like soft, elegant, and Virgo is more like calculated, soft. You know what I mean? So like for Virgos, I would say monotone is also a good choice, or you could mix and match like a black jeans, black leather jeans with a nice brown tube top kind of vibe. I feel like for Virgos, maybe straight hair is best, but you guys can rock anything because you guys are probably perfectionists. So just, yeah, just spend a lot of time when you're getting ready to perfect your looks. You know, if it's you're doing your makeup, perfect your makeup, perfect your hair, don't become like OCD about it, but spend a little bit more time into these things. um yeah, I would say, what would I say? I don't know. I feel like you guys would be like the like rich nerdy kind of vibe best. Like, you know, like glasses, but not like the black sunglasses kind of vibe, more like the see-through glasses kind of vibe. Even if they don't have like prescription on them or whatever, I think that glasses look good on Virgos. um I think that for Virgos, small jewelry or not too big of a jewelry is best, you know, like small cute little pieces, you know what I mean? So like maybe a thinner watch, smaller earrings. Instead of like these, you would wear like diamond earrings or like small earrings, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because your perfected look is the look, you know, like your perfect hairdo and your perfect makeup is the look. So you just have to add these tiny little pieces that don't call too much attention or take away too much attention from your perfected looks, you know what I mean? Or your perfected outfits. But yeah, I would use more earthy colors in my dressing. So like I said, brown. I don't know why I keep telling you guys to wear brown. I don't know if that's just my preference. But look up earthy or like Virgo colors and you're gonna see that brown's gonna pop up, because I feel like Virgos look really good with brown since you guys are an earth sign. And like for Taurus, I feel like it's more like white and pink, but for Virgo, I think it's more like earthy, green, like greens, you know, just like those kinds of colors, sandy colors, and small accessories, you know, like not attention grabbing accessories. And if you're gonna wear like one, at least, just if you're gonna do it, only do one attention grabbing thing. So if it's the glasses, make it just be the glasses. If it's the earring, make it just be the earring, and everything else to be more like small and not too much attention, you know what I mean? And okay, so that's for Virgo. For Libra, so for men, I would say this is more like the Prince Charming kind of look, you know, like maybe suits or just like button up t-shirts, maybe not all the way up, maybe like up to here. What else? Just like Prince vibes, you know what I mean? Like the Prince hair, Prince vibes. You guys just give Prince vibes, you know, like, or just put together vibes. If you don't like to dress too classy, you can still dress however you want, but like put together, you know what I mean? So matching colors, I would say, is really good for Libra rising. Jewelry, I would say go like kind of classy on your jewelry. Even if you don't dress classy, I feel like your jewelry and your hair should be more classy. For a Libra woman, I would say you can either do soft or femme fatale. Because I feel like Libra risings are very pretty in either way. So yeah, you can just play with the makeup and see how you like it. But I would say more like, instead of like how Taurus, I would say more like bouncy, big, like curls. I would say like curl your hair, but like put it up somehow, or like do your hair up, you know, like princess vibes too. But this is more like the elegant princess, like Cinderella vibes, you know, like after she was Cinderella, you know, like, I mean, after she turned into a princess, like you're more of like those kinds of vibes, you know, like a put together princess. What else? Like for Taurus, I would say dreamy princess. For Libra, I'm getting more like elegant princess, you know what I mean? And I would, for Libra, you can do any colors, but I would say like maybe pink, blue, white. You can even do yellow maybe if you can rock it, but more of like those kinds of colors, not like red or orange, you know. I would go more like blue. I feel like blue is very Libra-ish. I don't know why. White, you could do white. Just like colors that are not like super popped out. They're more like, you know, like soft, like, I don't know how you say it. Just like elegant colors. Yeah, I feel like elegance is more like for me, like if I could dress Kim Kardashian, I would dress her like a princess. You know, like, you know how she dresses in like the monotone colors and stuff. I would dress her more like in a pretty like glamorous dress, like a silky dress, maybe her hair up or just like straightened. Maybe no, maybe not straightened. Maybe halfway up, halfway down. I think the way she does her makeup is pretty good, but I would probably soften it a little bit. I mean, I'm not, who am I to tell the Kim Kardashian how to dress? But if I could, I would just make it more princessy, elegant vibes because she would look so good. But anyway, yeah. So for like Libra risings, that's what I would do. You guys are usually very naturally beautiful or naturally handsome because you guys are ruled by Venus as well. So yeah, I would just, and you guys are already kind of put together already. Like you guys, when you go out, you guys like to look charming, you know, because like you're Prince Charming or Princess Charm. Oh wait, no, not Princess Charming. But you know what I mean, right? Like, yeah. So yeah, I would say that for Libra. And then what's next? Scorpio, right? Yeah. Okay, so for Scorpio rising, so yeah, you guys are for sure the dark ones, okay? I feel like darkness looks good on you. So dark hair. I mean, if you go like blonde, that's okay too. Just keep it like your face dark, your clothes dark, you know. But I would say black hair on Scorpio risings, it just works, you know. And not for everyone, like I said, but I feel like it would work the most, you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, I would use colors like black. I would even do red for Scorpio. I would also do like prints, like cheetah prints, but I would go more darker, like black and then cheetah print, or red and cheetah print. You guys are very bold. You guys can be very bold with your clothes or your looks, and that's good. So yeah, keep it bold and keep it dark, you know. Don't go too light. I mean, of course we all have days when we want to be light and when we want to be dark, but I feel like for Scorpios the dark is more for them. So yeah, but of course you guys can do anything. Like I said, white looks good on everyone. You guys can do white with just a very black eyeliner, like I said, for Aries. But just keep it like, add some black to it, you know. I feel like black in Scorpio, it's really good. Also for Capricorn, but for Scorpio, I think black suits you a lot. Just any dark colors, dark blue, navy blue, what else, just dark colors, you know. Yeah, I would do like very bold eyeliner, um red lips or nude lips would be good for you. For jewelry, I think you can do a mix of like big and small jewelry. You just have to like find what you like, but I would wear jewelry if I was a Scorpio rising. For hair, I would keep it a little bit big or very put together, like a slick back bun or a slick back pony, or just like bouncy curls, you know, or even straight hair would look really good on Scorpio. I would wear like headbands if I was a Scorpio, like not like the ones like that you have like a tie up here, like a little bow. Those would look cute on you with the some glasses. Maybe like cheetah print or red or even black or even white, you know, just like something that makes you look like pop out, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like for Scorpio risings, the more you add, the better. Not always, it just depends on your style, of course, but yeah, that's what I would say. For men, I like the same thing. Black, 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 black. Black looks good on Scorpios. It just like accentuates your darkness that's already there. What else? What can I say? Also for Scorpios, like for Aries, I would say like work out. Keep your body, like usually you already do because you're Mars rising, but yeah, I would like I would keep in shape, all those things to, like, you know, because you're gonna be either more bulky or just like, you know, like I don't know, I just feel like Mars energy needs to work out. So yeah, excuse me. But yeah, for like Scorpio rising, that would be it. Just dark. Jewelry, I would do jewelry, like elegant jewelry, like black, those like straight glasses, like black monotone suit, not suit, like those flowy ones, but black, not white. Maybe some jewelry, like a watch. For girls, I would say like leather leggings would be cool, or like leather pants, leather skirts, leather on Scorpio risings. Yes, yes. Leather shoes, leather bags, leather something. You know what I mean? I think that would be good. Okay, next Sagittarius. I have 2 more to go. I'm already in 46 minutes. Okay, so for Sagittarius, I would say, since you're like so outgoing, you know, you're like just very, you know, like you're out there, you know, so why not go all out, you know, just with colors, with styles, with, I would say this is also a very eccentric, kind of like Gemini, but this one's more dark than Gemini. So yeah, for Sagittarius, I would say like bold colors, like dark purple, maroon, dark red. Also, I would feel like they do good with prints, animal prints. Men or women, I feel like good look. Sagittarius men or women look good with bold colors and print colors, animal print colors. So like a cheetah shirt with some black pants, you know, or like dark purple t-shirt, you know, like, like dark colors, poppy colors, colors that pop, that make you pop. I would say for makeup also, you would look good with bold makeup, but you would also look good with soft makeup. You just have to bold in something. Like if you're not gonna bold in your outfit, bold in your makeup. If you're not gonna bold in your makeup, bold in your hair. Something has to be bold about your outfit though, about your look. Whatever it is, make something bold, you know. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, for Sag. And then for jewelry, I would go all out with jewelry too, or you could do simple. I mean, you could do anything you want, but I just feel like Sagittarius is just bold, you know what I mean, and they look good with the boldness, with colors. I feel like dark purple is a very good color for Sag, and maroon. I feel like, you know, just like those bold colors. Even like dark navy blue, I feel like for them, satin or like silky clothing looks good on them. But I feel like the animal print, and you can't beat animal print for Sagittarius. Okay, next is Capricorn, right? Yeah, Capricorn. Okay, so for Capricorn, I feel like you guys look good put together, you know. And then of course you guys are earthy colors, but instead of like light earthy colors like the Virgo, I said sandy colors, white or brown. For Capricorn, I would say brown too, but more like dark brown, gold, bronze, black, white, I think too. I don't know, maybe I'm like putting too much of my preferences in each of these. But I feel like those colors would suit a Capricorn. But black and dark brown or bronze is the best colors for a Capricorn, I would say. You guys are also like Scorpio. You guys are very like intense. You guys probably have like beautiful big eyes, very intense. You guys are more like the model vibes, you know? Like you guys are like model looking people. So yeah, I would like go kind of, how would I say it? How do you say that word? Hold on. So I just realized that instead of hitting pause, I ended my video. So I'm just going to quickly go over Capricorn and Aquarius really quick. So like I was saying, Capricorn is more of like the model kind of person. Like I see like Capricorns like model people, you know what I mean? Like usually they might be tall and skinny, you know, giving model vibes. So I would, if I was a Capricorn rising, which I do have Saturn rising. I mean Saturn on my rising, but I guess I don't think it's the same thing. But anyway, yeah, I would actually, instead of like buying like more cheap jewelry or like um things like that, I would go more higher end. Like I already know you guys probably work harder than most and you guys are more about your money than most, so I would just like save up to buy like more elevated or high-end pieces of jewelry, because I feel like you guys just give rich vibes. Maybe if you guys just know um just high quality jewelry, you know, it doesn't even have to be expensive, just make it look expensive, because you guys are good at that, at good at making things look expensive. So yeah, that's what I would do. And then like male as well, I would just like try to give elegance, classy money, old money, because you guys are usually like on the skinnier side, like, you know, like model vibes. I would just look up like model men or model women and just like go more like based on those looks, especially casual or classy. And yeah, and you guys were also dark, you guys rock dark colors. I would put more time into like doing updos, or like styling your hair like with gel, you know, like more put together. And you guys are good at doing that, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then, okay, now I'm going to go into Aquarius. I feel like Aquarius is more eccentric, more futuristic. So for an Aquarius, I would do like chrome colors, monochrome. Is it monochrome? Like those like silvery colors, you know, like that silver shiny, or just like shiny colors. It could be gold, silver, any chrome colors, you know what I mean? I feel like those suit Aquarius a lot because it makes you look like kind of alienish or like electric, you know what I mean? Like for, I guess for like Aquarius, I would look at people who dress kind of futuristic. Like an example is, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but you guys can look him up and get like inspiration from like Peso Pluma. I feel like even though I think he's a Gemini. Well, no, I know he's a Gemini, but for some reason to me he looks like he dresses a little bit Aquarian, or he gives Aquarian dressing vibes. Maybe Leo, but more like Aquarian. So yeah, if you guys need inspiration, he's one. Also, like in the movie Electra, I feel like she gives off Aquarius vibes too. Um, like monochromatic colors, but like not like the not like the one, like not monotone, and or have I been saying mono? I've been saying monotone, and I think I've been meaning monochromatic. Oh my god, that's crazy. But anyway, like I feel like for Aquarius, instead of like how I said for Taurus and for Virgo, like all brown or all white, I feel like Aquarius would do like good with crazy colors, like all pink, all blue, all chrome, just like, you know, like that kind of vibe. I feel like suits Aquarius very well. And you guys could just do anything basically. Like also for Aquarius, I would do like all one color, like if it's all black or all white, and then one really pop of color, like either like a blue headband or like a pink bag or pink shoes, you know, like a pop of color. You guys are kind of artsy, but not like in the cutesy artsy way, more like a bold artsy. So yeah, you guys should use your like your style, your dressing, your outfits as your art and play with it. Now my eyes running because I was already almost like going to sleep. Of course, I need to wash my face off, but I was just going through my video and I was like, oh my god, I ended it. Ugh, crazy, 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 crazy. And my eye was all watering while I was laying down. But yeah, I think that's my take on the rising signs. Like, if you guys want me to talk about other stuff or going more into like each sign, I can do that. I can make a whole video on each sign. So yeah, if you guys have like questions or want to go more into it, let me know. But I think this is it. I was supposed to already have been finished, but I stopped the video. But it's okay. Maybe I needed to, I don't know, make a better ending. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's it um for this video. I hope it helped. I hope it helps. And I know that I kind of went a little bit fast, but I think I was pretty thorough. Of course you guys can dress however you want. This is just like a little like push or a little help that helped me a lot. And I was saying that astrology changed like how I dressed and stuff, but actually I was thinking, and when I started to become more authentic, my my dress or like the way I dress and stuff just started going towards like Venusian, or even though right now I don't look very Venusian, sometimes like usually I dress like, you know, in Venus colors and do like Venus hairstyles and stuff like that. But yeah, once I started to become like more authentic and become more who I was and started to like learn more about myself, I just naturally started leaning to Venus type like looks. But astrology obviously did open my eyes to what Venus even was, you know, like how Venus acts, how Venus looks. So when I started to become more authentic and more myself, I just naturally kind of already knew because of astrology. So that's kind of what I meant, and that's what I want you guys to realize as well, that you guys can't force anything. You guys have to like know who you are and be authentic while also using astrology to help you. You know what I mean? It's more like of a tool rather than a instruction. You know what I mean? Like it helps you, but it can't, like you can't just, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but I think you know what I mean. Um but yeah, and I think this is it because it's already very, very long. This video is very long and it was supposed to be short. Well, not short, but like shorter than this for sure. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, subscribe. And if you guys have any questions or anything that you guys would like to talk to me about or let me know, feel free to comment. And this is it. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you and love yourself, of course, and I'll see you guys.